So the next one I'm going to allow to come up here and greet you and tell you her priorities, Representative Kate Hogan.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to first say how you come to understand how important human services are, but first I think what I want to do is thank you all for the work you do. My mom needed a great deal of help to stay independent through her last years, and folks were there to give, as Senator Spilka said, a little bit of help that kept her independent and kept her a vital part of our family, so thank you. How we come to understand these issues: I have a sister who's an executive director of a CAP and a sister who's a vice president at a VNA. So I can tell you that when budget time comes around, I get both emails and phone calls focusing on those things that are most important, and they are described in quite explicit ways of what needs to happen. So please understand that your advocates are everywhere, and you are everywhere. The other thing I wanted to do was to thank Representative Linsky for his leadership on the salary reserve. What is leadership? Leadership is being able to identify an issue in the House, but more than that, it's being able to get people's attention. And Representative Linsky did a tremendous job in being able to get people's attention about this issue, to have representatives focus, and he had quite a number of co-sponsors, and co-sponsors equal an important part of negotiating in a budget process. So thank you, Representative Linsky, for your leadership on that. I will quickly say that the issues that I work on, and everyone here has issues, and they will get up and they will tell you the issues that come out to be a line item, that come out to be an amount of money. But we all know that they're not just line items and they're not just money, they are people. The Council on Aging was cut in the first iteration of the House budget, but we were able to negotiate through the Elder Caucus. We ended up having 70 signers, 70, 80, 90 signers in the end on an amendment to increase the Council on Aging, the individual amounts that are given to each senior that are very important in keeping the COAs robust in our communities. What happened was, as was said earlier, the increase in the census brought the number of seniors up. It was cut to sort of be a level funded situation since it is individuals. But what we're able to do is begin to bring the line up for funding on that, and it's very important. I also sponsored a domestic violence amendment. We were not able to increase funding this year, but that will become something that I dedicate myself to throughout the year. Sometimes when you don't see funding, you know there's work to be done. And that's truly what happens with these amendments. So you go back and it becomes a much larger part of your year in terms of advocating for folks. Elder nutrition was very important because that scared people. That scared people when my seniors in my district came up to me and say, "You're taking away elder nutrition programs," and I saw that they were very afraid of that. We were able to rally and make sure that from the governor's budget, we were able to then, in the House budget, include elder nutrition. It was important. It is important. The other issue that's important to me is early intervention. What I have come to learn as a representative is that the very young and the old, the solutions are so common sense. The solutions are in fact just what we're saying they are. They are solutions: to intervene in a child with cognitive issues at the age of 2, so that they are not turned into a special needs student, but in fact are streamlined in our schools and grow in an environment where they're not a special needs student because they had what they needed at 2 years old. Seniors, when they get to the point where they need either that little bit of help or a great deal of help to keep them independent. When you look at the numbers, it's just staggering, the difference in what the costs are, and keeping seniors independent is just a tremendous cost savings to our Commonwealth. These are common sense approaches. We will continue as a delegation, and I will continue as a representative to be the voice to say this is common sense, that caring and listening to those people that provide the direct care is as important as listening to public policy from way up, truly. And thank you again for the work you've done, for how you've helped my family, and please continue to be advocates for those things you care most